officially rocking with the best. BA, I see you, big fella. Y'all know my pedigree, prodigal son. See, this one of them Jones, you just gotta pour a glass of Merlot and sip slow. Know what I mean?
So let's start with the basic introductions. Like, tell me where you guys are from, how this came about. So whoever wants to start.
Well, originally, I'm from Durham, North Carolina. You know what I mean? Born and raised. But where I met this dude was up there at App State, up there in Boone, North Carolina. You know, oddly enough, Doug, you know, part of my pledge process of, you know, becoming one of the bros, man, a member of Mega Sci-Fi Fraternity Incorporated. But that's where we initially met. And, you know, after the process was done, we did a lot of road tripping from Atlanta to, you know what I mean, Chicago, New York, all kind of places, man. Just got real tight. But it wasn't until, last year? Last summer?
Last year. Yeah, because last summer, because we always used to hang out and like we'll talk about music, but we never talked about music in the style of like creating a new world in that sense. And then last summer, one of our brothers got us all together. And it's crazy because that day, he almost wasn't going to come. Yeah. And then when I flew in, I had issues at the airport, so I almost didn't make it. And then we were just chilling out in the cabin area. Mm-hmm. And I was like playing some music. And he was like, hey, that's nice. I was like, and what'd you say?
I said, yo, I done had a couple in me now. So I'm just talking for real. Yeah. So I'm like, yo, like, you should let me write songs for you. And he could have been like, man, kick rocks, right?
Yeah.
But he was like, okay, but, you know, how'd you feel about getting on the song with me?
Yeah.
I said, bro, I can't sing, but I promise you, I think I can write a good song for you.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, you ain't got to sing, just, you know what I'm saying, talk on it a little bit, kind of introduce it. I said, oh, like Khaled, Diddy? Yeah. You can even make it rhyme a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
He wanted you in there.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean, again, I'm glad he did it like that, though, because Peter said, I want you to come on and like rap and all that kind of stuff. I'd have been like, nah, man, I ain't really trying to do all that kind of stuff. But, you know, it worked out for us, man, and been making magic ever since.
So you grew up not wanting to do like anything music-wise, or just like, you just didn't think you had like the magic touch for it?
I mean, you know, since a kid, man, writing raps or something like that, man. And I had a couple brothers, Monty and Minnie, man. They was, you know, they had a nice duo. You know, out in Durham when I was growing up. But every time I try to, like, let me get on track. They're like, nah, you know, you're too young. Can't school. Don't be a fool, right? So, you know, I did a couple raps back then, got to college, me and a couple dudes on the team, like, made a mixtape and all that kind of stuff, but nothing serious, man. But just at this time of my life, man, when we were down there at the cabin or whatnot, it just was the furthest thing from my mind. So, when he was talking like that, like, I had already put that dream to bed, right? But I'm glad he, you know, talked me into it, man, because, you know, we did some special things.
Yeah, exactly. But what about you, BA? Like, how'd you come about this life?
This life took me from birth. Yeah, I've been singing since like 10 years old, and I've always had a love for music, and it's always taken me somewhere, and it's always like, I would say rescue me depending upon different parts of my life or like what's going on. And even like when came down for the Brotherhood, because that's what we came down originally for, was just Brotherhood. And I was just out there just like singing and working on music, because I'm always writing, like every day I'm always writing something. And then it just happened just to, like the way it happened, it was just like, there goes music again, being like, hey, I still got more for you. So yeah, I've been influenced, especially through great educators, teachers of mine who were great, who are still great. I mean, I still stay in contact with them, but they just had that passion for it, and I was just like, man, I want to continue that passion. So that's where music for me just kept on going, and and I enjoyed the journey. That's the thing that sometimes like we'll be doing it, and I'll be like, hey, let's slow down, like enjoy what we're doing. So yeah, it's always been there. It's my calling.